Busy morning this morning. All born now in the last half an hour, 40 minutes. 3 Herefords, 1 Angus. Holy moly, 16th of March. Drive it on. Just about to start milking. Got back to our half in, half out grazing last night. So we'd half the herd out and half the herd in. That's what explains. So we're chipping on with that, hopefully. So when the cows milk calf fed, Saturday morning, as always, is sports morning in our house. Fionn's away with the county, Ellen has side with soccer, Steph and Myrna are up in the football field training at 11 o'clock. So Oscar might finish feeding a few calves or wash up some feeders and stuff. He's his morning off. Dermot dropped them in there while we were training, so not bothering them.
I'm just in the agri store getting all my lamb supplies.
They're getting 3 kilos of 16% supreme dairy nut.
When the cows are milking, they get a pull or two of meal and it's stored in this tower and it goes in through these pipes and it comes out of those feeders that you... Go on, heifer, get out. Go on. These are the 2 heifers that just calved there this evening. They're going to join out the milking herd now.
You walk in that way, up around the top of the pile and run out them heifers that are standing up there eating meat.
Okay. Full newborn pen today. It was empty the other day and now boom. Joe fed the calves this morning because I was away at kids sports, so I'm back at it now. There's been 6 new this morning, afternoon, so I'll give them their first cheese feed now. Fionn hasn't milked since last autumn when we dried off, so my handy milking checklist that no one thought would ever use is here reading it to make sure.
I didn't use, I did all off memory I had. I don't know where I did it perfectly, so it's just so amazing.
Yeah, but I know. So now that's there to confirm that, you know, give you a confidence boost that you did it.
I didn't even need that confidence boost, because I was so right already.
Oh, shut up. But if you had forgot something, you would have noticed it now before you left. You only emptied that tank yesterday and it's full again. Would you be well? This rain.
Yes, you go down to your spot there now and wait for me to ring you, okay?
Okay. These lambs, and after about an hour the realisation is that they need round the clock care, so we are going to bring them home. I went to the agri store there and I bought 2 different types of bottles for the lambs. I've bought syringes as well. According to YouTube, they only drink about 200 ml every 4 hours. That's the key bit, isn't it? Well done, Granny, doing this for the past 5 years, feeding us all lamb. What have I got myself into with these lambs? I bought an automatic feeder. Thought, grand, they'll be like the calves. We'll just shove them on the automatic feeder. They'll be fine. Nuh-uh. They are like the teeniest little things you've ever seen. So anyway, talking to my friend who grew up on a sheep farm, she was like, yeah, we had them in the kitchen and we used to feed them. They just sit in a box. So I thought Joe would not let me do that, but he was like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. So defarming now after feeding the calves this evening and getting the lambs out of the shed we had them all set up in, and we're gonna bring them home for, I don't know, a week or whatever. And when they're hardy enough, we'll either set them up in our garage or we'll bring them back down to the isolation shed, isolation box as we call it, that they're in now. So it's got to be a learning curve. Thinking it was going to be so easy with my automatic feeder. Live and learn. So the lambs are going to live here in our spare bathroom. Well, for a few days anyway. What do you think, girls? Look at their wrinkly skin. Boy and a girl.
So we got some sheep.
Oscar, they're lambs. First week anyway, we'll probably have them in here and then we'll try and train them off the automatic feeder and we'll move them out to the garage or down to the yard. We'll just see how it goes.
Garage, please.
We're just measuring out probiotic. We all know I'm a great believer in it for the lambs. I bought a little bottle of the lamb version.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Oscar's out with me this morning, he's an early bird like myself, so got him up to help me get the cows across the road, and we've great plans to be milking and everything by now, but things went kind of pear-shaped. That cow that had milk fever yesterday or the day before, she was down in the shed, so a few videos from that, you can watch it there. We have her up and she's okay now, well, she's up on her feet anyway, so we're going to plough on now and get the cows milked. The half are going to go into the shed, the other half are going to go out across the road again, and we get milk started for the calves, and I'm meant to be playing football, so we'll see, pressure's on. The singing milk pump, that's what you want. Glorious sunshine of a St. Patrick's Day morning, cracking, blood in the parlour. That'll dry out a bit of land, hopefully. So Miss Milk Fever has wandered out to the sick garden, to Miss IBR, so much for isolation. So, first calver, stuck on her side. Thomas. Let's just flip her over. Give her a second now, see if she can get her legs under her. There she is, legs under her. The drama.
Evening St. Patrick's Day, we're just getting ready to walk the cows across the main road and down the lane.
Sunday evening coming to an end. It's a beautiful dry Sunday evening. We had some very heavy, misty, horrendous showers. Driving rain there during the day when I was playing my match.
Two dairy farmers discussing their cows outside in this rain.
Wasn't good. But anyway, cows were across the road, didn't do a whole lot of damage, so it was grand. It's been the typical St. Patrick's Day in our house, just working. Delighted I had time and was able to go and help out our junior A's today. We're a small little club, Stratford Grange Con, proud little club. Extremely low numbers at the moment at adult level, but there's guys battling away and committees, members that are doing Trojan work, and I'm still able, so I was delighted to be able to pull on the jersey today, and we didn't get the win, but sure, we got a run around. And that's all that matters. Honestly, your effort, that's what was across the board, and great to see. Fionn, the legend, volunteered to milk the cows this evening.
Son, you know, once you start, there's no going back.
Which I was only delighted to take up on. So that's fantastic. I'm up here at the farmyard now, up with my uncle's, the very far end of the farm, very far end of the grazing platform. Currently waiting on the cows that are out tonight on the way up. Fionn milked, so I was able to flute around, set up wires, sort out a fresh calf cow and our IBR cow, I'll show you in the video. Yeah, that's the first milking I've had off since we started back on the 1st of February with our first cow. So delighted not to be, I was in around the parlour and stuff, but I didn't put on one unit, so a break is as good as a rest, isn't that what they say? So delighted. Cows have a long walk now up here, so my uncle's crows in the background there's a huge rookery. I'll show you in the morning now when I'm getting in the cows. If it's just coming daylight, the noise of them biddies is phenomenal. Bank holiday tomorrow, all the kids are off school, so just said to Ellen earlier on, we're just going to have a day of do the basic jobs and catch up on a few tiny little things. Milk cows, feed calves, park the bus and just tread water for a day before we plunge back into another week. Tired now, but look, happy, it's dry, cows are happy, family is good. Here comes the girls now. Usually get a gallop on when they walk this far. See the sun setting out there between the trees.
I bought this Ad Lib automatic feeder, so training them on this, so I'd say tomorrow we'll be able to put them back down the yard once we're confident that they're able to feed off it by themselves.
On the garage.
garage.
So milk fever cow from the other day, she was down yesterday morning on the slats. Myself and Oscar came down, we lifted her up, got her feet under her, put the shackles on her, and she floated around the yard for a while we milked, and we put her back into the straw shed in the maternity ward. Bit of comfort, she seems to be happy there yesterday. Got up a few times to get a bit of silage and stuff into her. So then during the night last night, she went down on the feed passage, the slatted feed passage in the maternity ward. I tried to lift her this morning when I came down at 5:15 or so, but she wouldn't get her front feet under her, so I was rating her chances of survival at 50-50, to be honest. So we went about business this morning, milked cows, fed calves, and came back and lifted her again. And I took the shackles off her this morning because I think it was restricting her. Her udder was very, very full with milk. So lifted her again there 20 minutes ago. She stood up. She walked out of the maternity ward over to the parlour. We milked her out completely. She's after giving about 30 litres of milk, 35 litres of milk. And there she is now. Cows are amazing creatures. Escaped calves, who knew?
It's all going in the calf shed this morning. When is it not? We've got 7 calves going onto the automatic feeder. We're training them on now. Joe was bringing 4 bull calves over to the bull shed, and Oscar is feeding the newborn hen. Oscar loves the lambs.
Castrating the lamb, putting a ring on his nut. The ring, it's like the ring goes in their tail, it cuts off the blood circulation and they'll fall off. Painless.
His testicles.
It's taken 2 now, it'll take 1 more tonight before we go home.
Between the 2 hoppers. Everyone does this, right?
Never. I mean, ever. The book. Place you in the bed.
The Bible?
Yes, the Bible. Sacrilege. It's Tuesday morning, the 19th of March. Tuesday after the bank holiday. Back to reality for a lot of people. Short week in our house. Kids get their midterm break for Easter on Friday. 2 weeks off then, so lots of help for 2 weeks. Oh, we worked them hard. Yeah, a bit of a bedlam weekend, loads of cows calved, a lot more than I was expecting, I suppose. But yeah, so as of this morning, we've 128 cows calved. So 15 to go, very much on the home straight, but that last 15 are going to take a month. That's just the way it is. But all cows that are calved are well. Our milk fever cow from a few days ago, the day before, I was only giving her 50-50 chance of making it. Milked her yesterday and up and at it, and yeah, she's after recovering really, really well. So delighted with that. Our IBR cow, or suspected IBR cow, yeah, she's up buzzing around the garden there, not bothering her, milking her once a day. I'm going to book a blood test with the vet today so we can confirm whether she has it or not. And keeping her isolated is difficult, but yeah, we're managing it at the moment. She has got into the routine of being on her own now, so that's really, really helpful. Yeah, Tuesday, which is college day for Ella, I'll be feeding a few calves and making sure our lambs are okay. They're back down on farm now, and big day putting on calves on the feeder yesterday, so there's 2 more due today, but I think I'll leave that for tomorrow till it comes. Wrong direction, darling. So today's lesson learned on the automatic feeder. I put on a calf, an older calf that hadn't fed in 2 feeds. She was fine, she's grand. She was in the stall and sucking stall 3 and nothing happening. The tiniest little bit of dirt had got, because it was pooling, if you can see inside there, a little bit of dry powder or something, and it sucked out through the top of the thing, and that was enough to block that teat hole. New teats in all stalls, back in action.
It was seeing the neighbour's cemental bull broke in. Well, we'd seen him in a few times, but here is the evidence of that break-in. Lots of beef calves now, heading towards the end of calving. I wish I had just came in and tried the lambs onto the ad lib feeder myself the first day because Joe said it was absolutely impossible. And he said the milk was really hard to get out and it was hard to get them on. Milk is not hard to get out, and I would have had the patience just to stay with them and get them on. Anyway, live and learn. So if we get any more lambs, they'll just go straight onto that ad lib feeder.
No train.
Today we're cleaning out the maternity pen, so Joe's just after locking the 3 cows that were in here out in the feed passage, and I'm going to come in with the tractor, take the stuff out with the grab and put on the juggy. So each year as calving slows down and there's not as many calves in the maternity shed, there's only 3 right now, we move a portion of the calves over to one eye of the maternity shed, and then as calving goes on, the calves take over more and more of the maternity shed until they have the entire of both sides of the shed. Off to collect the kids from school. I just put 2 calves onto the automatic feeder and Joe is extending the current pens into the starter pen that we just removed. He's been an absolute joy to work with. He's after working through lunch, so you can imagine the hangry humour. Aww. So we just picked up our 3rd lamb from a neighbour. What will we call her?
Mick Jagger.
She's a girl. Jagger.
Mick Jagger. Like, you know what the Supermans have, the little dog in the right.
I'm just here making up the milk for the lambs. So I have the powder measured out in here, and I'm just going to add the water, mix it up, and then bring it over to the ad lib feeder. I had the little lamb on, and yeah, he was fine. He's just lying down there now. They're all sitting with each other, having a good time. Hopefully they get on alright. I don't know what Daddy was doing when he couldn't get them on it. So we're going to call her Daddy, June, and
Mick Jagger. I'm not joking, that's the one.
I'm not calling her Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Fion's down helping me after school. We've a load of calves to go on the automatic feeder. And they are boisterous, and you just need a second person to hold calves back while you put new ones on. Fionn, I found him. He's over here. A calf came in under the bar. Oh, it's the little twin. I wasn't even minding.
Look at the little twin one.
I know. Oh, sorry. Hold on. We'll have to put her out. Sorry, little twinny. You little tiny thing, you. Now go on, put your one in. You go under the bar, you little monkey. Ah!
Push it out, like.
Come on, now.
Milk is pumping. We sold 10 bull calves yesterday. Takes the pressure off on the out farm, and less milk we brought over there, so we still have 10 left. So it's great to get them boys sold.
So this ad lib feeder, it says it can feed up to 10 calves, so you just keep filling the bucket up and hope that they all feed at different times. Rosie, what are you doing? All is extremely quiet and relaxed in the maternity shed. I was nice and happily at home, and then Joe texts saying, so I come down to help clean out the shed. It's Friday, I don't want to. Anyway, here I am. The smell is really strong, the ammonia from their wee. Now that we're cleared it out, the concentrated smell of it is absolutely disgusting. It's really, really strong. So all the calves are locked in one side of the shed while we clean out the other side. Well, while Joe cleans it out with them. This is the first year we're going to keep all of the beef calves. Last year we kept all of the heifer beef calves for the first time and we sold them in the autumn. So this year we decided to keep the bulls and the heifers. So it's the most amount of calves that will ever have been kept long term and reared on this farm.
We got the calf shed cleaned out, so got it done. Cows are delighted, fresh beds. Yeah, so it took a little while. We had some teeth issues with the calf feeder the last couple of days. Misshaped teats that had to be changed, and then I had over tightened the screws, so teats were completely off. So there was a bit of a backlog in feeding and a lot of noise in the shed, which we haven't been accustomed to at all since we started bawling calves, hungry calves. So anyway, by yesterday evening, that had rectified itself completely. Yeah, everything had caught up on their feeding, so happy days. Yeah, so like I said, the shed's cleaned out now. We took all the old dung out that has been in since the very start of calving, the 1st of February. So all that dung and straw out, lined everything down. Took out a lot of the biting gates, so the older calves, the 60 that are on 2 stalls, they have the complete run of their side of the shed now. And then the younger calves, they have one long run as well, so they're still separate. We've 4 more calves to go onto the feeder in the next 2 to 3 days. So when they're on it and they're up to scratch in a week or 10 days time, I think we'll pull the dividers out completely and let everyone just go at it and see how it goes. They love the extra space, love the running around, so just, yeah, makes life easier for everyone, easier to bed the shed, easier to clean out, so happy days.
Cows are such a creature of habits, and also maybe they just want to get a pull a meal. They're sweeties in the parlour, but yeah, milking time and they walk themselves in. Yes. I've come home from the yard twice today thinking I was done, and then getting phone calls to come back down. I'm so over today. Anyway, hopefully I'll be done in an hour, have my audiobook. It's like the only thing that's going to get me through this evening. And now it's starting to rain. Enjoy. We have 130 cows calved out of 143, so 13 left. We had a day off there on the 21st, I think, with no cows calved. So they're just sort of looking after themselves now, very much to the extent that I missed the cow yesterday. Well, I knew she was getting close to calving, but didn't have her up on maternity ward, and she calved on the slats there yesterday evening. Since 7 we're finishing up, but everything's fine, calf's fine, little Hereford bull calf, no bothering them. Cow got her revived, happy days, she was milking herd now, so all is well. So we'll move a few more of them up tomorrow, please God. Come on, Kaz. Come on, Kaz.
Morning everyone, it's the 23rd of March. The heifers out on the out farm have kind of been looking after themselves for the last fortnight because the weather was so poor and changeable and wet. We just let them free access to the rest of the silage ground over there, so they've been floating around with a quick check over the ditch every day when I was over feeding the bull calves, and they've been fine up until a couple of days ago when a few of them naughty ladies got over the ditch into the neighbours, so we got them back and they're now currently back in on a bit of regrowth that's came on where the red start was. The grass has regrown there, so they're nibbling the top of that. So threw out a bale of silage with them yesterday. That'll keep them tipping along over the weekend. But yeah, there's zero grass or practically zero grass over there for them now, so we'll make a decision tomorrow or Monday. We'll get them in. Probably have to rehouse all of them because we don't have a whole lot of grass anywhere else for them. Bit of meal and then get them back out for a couple of weeks before breeding starts. But they're happy, they're looking really well, delighted with how they've done over the last month or so. Yeah, Saturday, so again, sporting day. Fionn is off playing football and so is going to Tallaght to soccer. Myself and Myrna have football training now at 11 o'clock. I'm playing football this afternoon, if we make it that far. Yeah, so Ellen and Oscar tip around and feed a few calves this morning. Keep our lambs on board. They they're flying. Yeah, so happy days.